Okay. Okay, today we have to revise about quantity words. Quantity words, there are many quantity words. In this case, we have the questions word to ask the same, right? How much and how many. Okay,
and quantity words. But to start, we need to review countable and uncountable nouns. A countable noun is something that you can count, like this. 1 banana, 2 bananas, 1 jar, 2 jars, 1 carton, 2 cartons. Uncountable nouns are things that we can't count, like frozen yogurt, milk, bread, or jam.
Remember that first of all, to know the quantity words, we have to keep in our mind which are the countables noun and which are the uncountables noun. Something that you can count is countable noun, right? It could be singular and also plural. As you can see in this example, banana, bananas, to say in singular and also in plural. In, for example, we have the jar of jelly, and we can count in that case. Milk, in that case, we can count because they are, it has in a one container, right? In this case, it is countable because milk is in one container. And for uncountables noun, here we have, for example, yogurt. Yogurt. These words that just exist in singular, and you know that is uncountable noun. And here we have the milk and also the jam.
When we want to ask questions about different quantities, we can use 2 question words. How many and how much. We use how many for countable nouns. For example, how many bananas do we need? Bananas are countable, so we use how many. We use how much for uncountable nouns. For example, how much milk have you got?
In this case, we have 2 questions, right? How many and how much, right? But how many we use with countables noun. Sabemos que el how many significa casi lo mismo que how much, cuánto o cuántas, ¿verdad? Pero en el caso de how many, pues how many trabaja con sustantivos contables. As you can see here, bananas. Could be singular or plural, bananas es un sustantivo contable, por lo tanto utilizamos how many. In this case, we have how many bananas do we need? How many bananas do we want? How much is used with uncountables noun, right? Uncountable noun means that it's something that you can't count, and especially when the liquids that doesn't have containers, we have to use how much. In this case, we have how much milk have you got? Because milk is uncountable noun, so we have to use how much. Sabemos que how much para los sustantivos incontables, por eso utilizamos en este caso how much milk have you got?
We can't exactly count milk, so how much is the way to go? So how do we answer these questions? With quantity words. Our friend a lot of is going to help us. It means a big quantity of something.
This is a lot of quantifier, a lot.
We can use a lot of to talk about a big quantity of both countable and uncountable nouns.
In a lot of, what does it mean in Spanish? Mucho, ¿verdad? Mucho, mucho de. In this case, a lot of is a word that works with countables and also uncountables noun. Trabaja con ambos, con sustantivos contables y también con los sustantivos incontables. You can see here in the example, a lot of bananas, a lot of milk. You can use with both.
For example, how many eggs do we have? We have a lot of eggs. How much yogurt do we have? We have a lot of yogurt.
And you can see here words with both, right? With countables and also with uncountables now. Trabaja con sustantivos contables como eggs, in this case, a lot of eggs, o how much yogurt do you want? A lot of yogurt. Yogurt es sustantivo incontable y también trabaja con a lot of, ¿verdad? Es decir que a lot of es un cuantificador el cual trabaja con ambos, tanto con sustantivos contables como incontables. Okay. And here we have the other word. Many
We can
and
always
much.
use a lot of with both countable and uncountable nouns. We can also use many with countable nouns and much with uncountable nouns. But we use many and much more in negative sentences, like these. For example, how many eggplants have we got? Ooh, only one eggplant. We haven't got many eggplants.
We use many also for negative sentence. In this case, we haven't got many eggplants. También lo utilizamos acompañadas de oraciones negativas. En este caso, we haven't got many eggplants. We use many.
We haven't got many eggplants.
Negative sentence.
How much bread have we got? Oof, only half a loaf. We haven't got much bread.
Okay, here we have the conclusion.
So in conclusion, we have question words and quantity words. And we have countable nouns, which are things you can count, and uncountable nouns, which are things you can't. If we want to ask a question about a countable noun, we use how many. And for uncountable nouns, we use how much. To express a big quantity of a countable noun, we can use a lot of or many in negative sentences. For uncountable nouns, we can also use a lot of or much in negative sentences. Okay.
Okay, here we have. Now we have to do some activities about these quantity words, much and many. Okay. Now I provide the link. Ethan, can you help me with the first one? Just orally tell me how much or how many pancakes can you see?
How
much or how many pancakes can you see? What is the answer? Much or many?
many?
How many? Very good. Because it's in plural.
How much is that? How much is that? I don't eat honey.
Okay. Thank you, Ethan. Just one. Okay. Thank you, Ethan. Okay. Now you have to help me, please, Samuel. Samuel with number 2. Here we have sugar, right? Sugar. What is the answer? How much or how many? How many sugar or how much sugar do you take? What is the answer?
How much sugar?
Do you?
How much sugar do you take?
How much sugar do you take? Very good. Excellent, Samuel. How much? Because sugar is uncountable now, right? Jose, can you help me with number 3, please?
I don't eat any chocolate.
Any chocolate, right? Because it's negative form. Very good. Excellent. I don't eat any chocolate because remember that any is used for negative sentence especially. Okay, here we have another, maybe Camila Costa. Can you help me with the next? A lot of people like apple or much people like apple. What do you think is the answer? Camila Acosta, what do you think is the answer? A lot of people like apples or much people like apples?
A lot of.
A lot of, okay, Rick.
A lot of people like apples.
Okay, very good. Excellent, Camila. Thank you. Okay, here we have another for Mia Palacio. Okay, Mia.
Okay.
What is the right question?
How many?
How many?
Many carrots are there?
Very good.
Many carrots are there?
Very good. Excellent, Mia. Thank you. Mateo Maduro. Here we have a negative sentence. What is the answer? Remember, some is useful for affirmative. Any is useful for negative and also questions. What is the answer? There isn't any any meal. There isn't any meal. Very good. Excellent. Okay, here we have the answer. Remember the use of some quantifiers. About many. Many is used for countable nouns, right? If you can, here we have a clue, right? How to recognize that is countable noun. ¿Cómo reconocemos que este sustantivo es contable? In this case, we have pancakes, right? Pancakes, finish with S in this case. Pancakes. Sabemos que pancakes se puede pluralizar, ¿verdad? Puede ser singular y plural, por lo tanto sabemos que es un sustantivo contable. Y sabemos que many trabaja con los sustantivos contables. That's why the answer is how many. Here we have sugar. Sugar just exists in singular, right? This is uncountable now. Este es un sustantivo incontable porque no podemos poner el plural de sugar. Sabemos que sugar solo existe en singular. No hemos escuchado la palabra sugars, ¿verdad? Never exists that. So, we know that is uncountable now. Y sabemos que el much trabaja con sustantivos incontables. In this case, we have sugar. That why is how much sugars do you take? In this case, the answer is much. Here we have a negative sentence. Recuerde que el some y el any pues también tienen un significado similar, but the general rule said that any most of the time works with negative sentence and also for question. Sabemos que en la regla el any trabaja con oraciones negativas and also with questions. In this case, we have a negative sentence, a negative statement. I don't eat. Ya tenemos una pauta aquí, ¿verdad? Que es la negación I don't. Sabemos que es negación, por lo tanto utilizamos any. I don't eat any chocolate. And here we have another. A lot of people like apple because a lot of work with countables and uncountables nouns. In this case, we have people. Okay, here we have, right? She got, Joaquin, can you help me with the answer? She got any friends or some friends? What do you think? What do you think is the any? Are you sure that any? Any, this is a negative sentence. ¿Cuándo utilizamos any? En su mayoría de casos, oraciones negativas. Esta no es una oración negativa, ¿verdad? In this case, it's affirmative form, and we have to use some, right? Or any. Okay. She got some friends, okay? Okay, this is the answer. Some friends, because it's an affirmative sentence, es una oración afirmativa. Here we have a negative sentence. What is the answer here? Can you help me, Elian Vasquez, please? The sentence. We don't have, we don't, Rick, please, Rick, please. Okay, va a read the complete sentence. Lea toda la oración, por favor.
We don't have any sugar.
We don't have any sugar. Okay, very good. Excellent, because it's a negative form. Okay, very good. Sabemos que el any con oraciones negativas, en este caso don't, indica que esta es una oración negativa. Okay, Dieguito, can you help me with the next, please? I don't think. Dieguito, I said Dieguito, please. Just Dieguito, tell me. I don't think she will have
Some.
That is some. It's a negative sentence, Dieguito, so we have to use any. Como era una oración negativa, so we have to use any. Okay, here we have another for Dania. Dania Alaba. Please give me any water or some water. In this case, it's a request, right? Give me some water. Okay, very good. Excellent. Here we have another.
Please, get me some water.
Okay, did you see? This is for within song. Did you see any fish? Fish here. What is the answer?
Estamos repasando este grammar.
Yes, we are revising this grammar. Did you see some or any?
Some.
Did you see some fish? You say some. Are you sure? Yes. Remember that we use any for question. Recordemos que el any es para, en la mayoría de casos, para preguntas. Solo en el caso de que usted está, we have to request something or give you something, for example, something to eat. En ese caso, nada más utilizamos el son para preguntas. Solo hay una pequeña excepción, pero en la mayoría de casos el any para preguntas. Can you help me? Another student, maybe Emma. They didn't eat. Which is the answer?
Miss, aquí está en Espinosa.
Emma, please. What is the answer? They didn't eat some or any. What is the answer? Didn't eat
Some.
some. Are you sure? Didn't means that is negative.
Any.
Any, right. Remember that in negative form we use any. Con oraciones negativas, y aquí está indicando que es una negación, porque aquí tiene el not. Entonces, con oraciones negativas, utilizamos el any. We have to use any in negative form. Here we have another. This is for Lina. Lina, we don't have. What is the answer, Lina?
Number one.
Number
One.
one. Any. We don't have any information. Very good. Because it's in negative form too. Sabemos que con oraciones negativas utilizamos any. Here we have another. Francesco, we don't have. What is the answer? It's really easy. Negative form too. Read the sentence and tell me the answer, Francesco.
Any.
Any. Okay, but Rick, we don't have
Any children.
any children. Okay. Very good. Excellent, Francesco. Okay. Here we have another for Damian. Damian, read the sentence and tell me the answer. Rick, there are, continue.
There are some flowers in the garden.
In the garden. Okay, very good. Okay, excellent, Damian. Thank you. There are some flowers in the garden. Here we have another for another student, maybe Amelie. Amelie Kamba. We need, this is affirmative sentence, right? What is the answer? Some or any? We need
Some.
Some money, right? Okay, this is an affirmative sentence. That's why we use some. Very good, Emily. We need some money. Okay, here we have the sentence, right? Remember, most of the time we use some with affirmative sentence and any for negative and question. Esa es la regla general, ¿verdad? Pero hay ciertas excepciones. Utilizamos any para oraciones negativas. ¿Cómo sabemos que es negativa? Aquí tenemos una pauta que nos indica que está en negativo, ¿verdad? El not. We don't have any sugar. Oración negativa, trabaja con él. I don't think she will have some time. In this case, we use some, right? Because here we have, right, the affirmative sentence at the end. I don't think she will have any time. In this case, because she say, I don't think. Please, give me some water. En este caso, tenemos una sección en la cual esta is an affirmative sentence. In this case, give me some water. Dame algo de agua. ¿No? Está pidiendo algo. When you ask something, is affirmative in this case. Did you see some fish here? Okay, here we have the